Hey, welcome. My name is Nick, aka I Can PlayStation, and I stream PlayStation games on Twitch. And I just recently got myself the 4k60 Pro by Elgato, and I needed this because I wanted to play 4K games. I needed 4K pass through. I'm streaming 1080p, but I want to have the 4K HDR resolution on my television. And I encountered a problem. Elgato claims that there is zero lag when you use the HDMI Pass Through, and I had problems with that. My gaming was lagging, and I did a lot of tests. And I'm about to tell you first. I'm going to tell you what fixed the problem for me. And then second, this video is more than 10 minutes long because it also contains my rant video where I say it doesn't work and where I show you how I tested it and all that. And it's like a longish video, but here's my problem and here's how I fixed it. So if I hook up the PlayStation 5 to the television, I've got like the regular zero lag because there's just HDMI between PlayStation 5 and the television. And as soon as I hooked up the Elgato and used the pass-through, there was lag. And the solution was simply switch back the television to gaming mode. So if you hook up the PlayStation 5 to the television, it switches to the zero lag or no lag, whatever, super low latency mode of the television. Because it realizes there is a PlayStation 5 connected. But if you connect the Elgato, it doesn't realize there's a gaming machine hooked up, and it switches back to standard mode with all the filters on and whatnot. I had to manually switch back the television to gaming mode, and boom, zero lag. That's the solution. That's the solution. So if you have problems with your Elgato and your pass through, just double check that your TV didn't switch back to standard mode, and make sure you're using game mode, just like you are using it when you are playing with your PlayStation 5 directly. So that's it. That's a solution. And now you can watch me ranting about how it does not work. This video is outdated, right? What's coming up next is outdated. That is me 2 hours ago, where I still thought the Elgato is broken. And now I realized it's just me being dumb because I just didn't switch back to gaming mode on my television. Hey, welcome. My name is Nick, aka I Can PlayStation, and I stream PlayStation video games on Twitch. At least I used to. So I just recently bought myself a PlayStation 5, and now I'm trying to alter my streaming setup to play PlayStation 5 and capture it at the same time. I have a TV that is capable of 4K, 120 Hertz HDR, and I want to use that, right? So I was looking for a way to play video games while capturing them, and my television still, displays HDR, 4K, and 60 Hertz because most of the games that I play right now are 60 Hertz only. So I wanted to have a device that can capture 4K 60 HDR, and I enjoy the game on television, but so far it didn't work. So here's where I come from. I used to have the HD60 Pro, which is my 1080p capture card. The first thing that I thought of was just use a splitter, just use an HDMI splitter to not even use the pass-through of the card. So the HDMI signal goes to the television, it goes to the streaming PC, and it doesn't have to return back from the streaming PC to television. Just use a splitter and we're good to go. That did not work. Both devices have to have HDR capabilities, otherwise it will just switch HDR off, and I want my HDR. So using a splitter with the HD60 Pro did not work. I love this card. I used this card for ages with PlayStation 4, all good. So I was looking for something else. So I bought myself the HD60S Plus, which is a USB 3 device that is supposedly capable of 4K HDR 60 Hertz pass through. This card is such a bummer that I didn't even realize that the pass-through is not working properly, because I tried to stream with this thingy, and like every 1 or 2 minutes into the stream, the sound was not in sync anymore. So I had to reset the card, started streaming again, started playing again, and just after a few seconds or minutes, it started to get out of sync again really bad. And I've seen like a lot of forum posts on the interwebs that claim to have the same problem. I have no idea how to fix this. So I was like, F USB cards, let's get yourself the beast, the 4k60 Pro MK2, which is supposedly capable to capture 4K 60 Hz HDR flawlessly, as they say over here on the package. Flawlessly. That is a big thing to say, right? And on the back, it says HDMI lag-free pass-through. Lag-free pass-through. And this is what this video is all about. Because now I have the 4k60 Pro installed in my machine, and I wanted to start streaming again. And guess what? Game felt sluggish. Something wasn't right. And I'm going to give away my findings now directly, so you don't have to watch the whole video. I found out that using the pass-through of the 4k60 Pro resulted in 80 to 100 milliseconds lag. And that is a effing lot. What the F, Elgato? You're claiming this is lag-free and you're getting like a lot of money from me. And I also bought myself this one because I like it. This mini stream deck is so cute. Anyway, Elgato, you're getting rich because of people like me, and then you deliver hardware that is not working. And we're not even talking about the software and all the hiccups and whatnot. Just plugging in HDMI and connecting your card to my television. There is no software running yet. Doesn't work. And here's how I found out. All right, so here's my setup. I've got a PlayStation, obviously, PS5, and I've got a television where I watch my stuff on, the TV. All right, that's easy so far. Without streaming, you would basically just hook up your PlayStation directly to the TV, and this is going to be the first test that we're doing. Well, and the other test that we are going to do is hook up my setup to my PC, which has an Elgato 4k60 Pro installed with HDMI in and HDMI out, which is supposedly zero lag. So hooking up my PlayStation 5 to my streaming PC and then connecting that to the television should result in the same latency and the same non-existing lag. So these two should be the same. And if this the second connection is slower than the first connection, we have LAG. And Elgato claims there is no such thing as lag. And how we are going to test that? Well, I built this machine back in the days that presses a button in a fixed interval. So basically it's a Lego machine that just presses a button continuously. And by filming that, how my machine, well, there is a contraption that presses the button on the controller. Oh, I don't know, let's just draw a little controller. It has the X button over here. And that machine will press that button over and over again. And we will film the machine with a camcorder over here. That looks like a penis. That's not good. Anyway, so we will just basically film this button pressing thing and also the television. And therefore we can see how long it takes for the button press to occur and the image to alter. Basically, we have a little bit of a character over here that's going to jump on X, So I press X, the character jumps, and we will count the frames in between the character jumping with the first connection and the character jumping with the second connection. And if there is a difference, well, I guess we have lag. All right, here we go. This is the recording of the machine and the television. To the left-hand side, we see the direct connection PlayStation to television, and on the right-hand side, we see the Elgato Pass Through. The signal is a 4K 60 Hz HDR signal. Now we have to look for the first frame where we can see the character starts to jump. And we see that by looking at the background, because in this game, the character stays at a fixed position, but the background will start to move. So now we're looking to the left-hand side and looking for the first frame where the left-hand side starts to move. And as soon as the left-hand side starts to move, we're going to look at the right-hand side and see how long it takes for the right-hand side to also move. Here we go. Go back. All right, now we're going to count. 1 frame, 2 frames, 3 frames, 4 frames, 5 frames, 6 frames, 7 frames, 8 frames. It took the right-hand side 8 frames to start moving as well. I have been recording this with a 100 frames per second camera, my GoPro, and so we have 8 frames in a 100 frames per second recording. A second has 1000 milliseconds, and if we have 100 frames per second, that is 10 milliseconds per frame, which results in 80 milliseconds. It takes the right-hand side 80 milliseconds to start moving as well. And that is a very long lag. I can show you again. We can count again. It's going to be 8 again because it's the same recording, right? But check it out. Left-hand side. Now. 1. Come on, do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. Takes 8 frames for the Elgato to catch up. 80 milliseconds. And I did more recordings like this. And I also had recordings where it was at 100 milliseconds. So give or take 80 to 100. It's not 100% accurate what I'm doing over here. I'm recording this and I'm counting the frames. It's not 100% accurate, but it's still a lot. 80 to 100 milliseconds. And I cannot play this game with this kind of lag. Sorry, Elgato. This doesn't work. All right, so that was my test, and maybe I did something wrong. Maybe my test is not proper, but it feels sluggish. And I think the 80 to 100 milliseconds that I measured, well, if I did something wrong, just let me know in the comments. Maybe there is a way to get this thing work lag-free. I don't know how, and for now, I'm really pissed, I have to say. No PlayStation 5 streams with a capture card from me anytime soon. My name is Nick, aka I Can PlayStation. Bye-bye. Yeah, alright, so here we go. There is no lag anymore. Let's see. The jump will start any second. Yes, there it is. And both frames started to move at the same time. Let me go back. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to go forward again. 1, 2, and now both sides will start altering the background at the same time. Bam. 0 lag. Elgato, you have 0 lag. Let me show you again. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. 0 lag. Thank you, Elgato. Yay! 0 lag. Whoa, awesome. It was just me being dumb. Just switch your telly back to gaming mode and you're all good. Bye-bye.